Have you ever wondered why in some games you feel more immersed and a part of the world, and then in others you don't feel an attachment to those worlds? Well, that has to do with a lot of what I'm going to talk about in this video and what I'm adding into my games to greater emphasize the need for immersion so that players feel more engaged. And I kind of touched on some of these things in my last devlog video, but the first thing I have added into the game to kind of help with immersion and feel that your actions are actually doing something is through boss health bars. And this isn't the biggest thing for overall game immersion, but as you can see in the gameplay with the stone golem, which is the first boss I added the health bars to, now you can actually see your attacks are doing something to the boss, and it's not just all you hear is just a hit marker that I have in the game for your attack. It's more than that, and you actually see what your attacks are doing to the boss's health, and that you can gauge what or how much you have left of the boss fight, which before you couldn't tell how far you were into the boss fight. You couldn't even tell if you were doing damage. So adding these boss health bars in is going to have a big difference. And already just with me, I've been playing the game for a little over 2 years, and it helps greatly. And the second thing I have implemented to help with immersion is tall grass and flowers that will blow in the wind, and the player can actually walk through these flowers and grass, and these grass and flowers will move in correlation with the player, as if the player is pushing the grass aside and the flowers aside to walk through them. And this, it looks good, and just from my eyes, and it does create a more connectedness between the world and the player, which is the whole point of them. And I also added in that the player could chop these grass if the player is bored, they can just go and chop the grass, and the grass will regrow. The grass will regrow so that the player can chop grass for as long as they want. And I plan on adding in more stuff like this in different biomes, because the grass and the flowers will only appear in the mound and elder tree just because they're the only grass biomes. But I want to add in stuff similar to this in all the different biomes, just so the players, when they get bored, they can go and they can chop grass or whatever it might be. And that will greatly improve player immersion and engagement throughout the game. And that is the last thing I've added, new thing that I've actually added so far for this immersion. But I've also have other ideas which I will be adding in weather effects in this coming week. And the only reason that the pace of getting things done seems slower is because I'm actually also putting in a lot of work into finishing the final boss, which is almost done. So efforts will be going back fully into the rest of the game, but I want to get this final boss done, because once this final boss is done, then it's just cleaning up the game, adding in these immersive things, dialogue and audio, and then the game is done. So I just want to focus on getting the final boss done so I can move on with this game and finish it up. So, like I said, some things I want to add: realistic dialogue, weather effects, and I also want to add better lighting and glow on some things, just so the game looks better. That will help with immersion. And that is all I have for this video. If you want to watch the latest game development tip video, that'll be in the top left hand corner. And if you want to watch the past devlog, that'll be in the top right hand corner. And thank you all for watching. If you want to leave feedback, you can do that in the comments down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe. And this is RBC Mr. Rhodes signing off for now.